Well, hello everyone. How are you? It's Lulu. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I hope you stay. I hope you subscribe. And if at the end of the video you kind of liked it, give me a thumbs up and say you liked it. Anyway, welcome back. So it's Sunday night, time for chit chat. Big topic is going to be foundations. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with all my foundations. For some of you, this may be a shock. For some of you, it'll be like, well, that's Lulu. Anyway, let me tell you about my mom. First of all, I usually start out with that. So we video chat with her, my two sisters and myself. So all three of us are on the video twice a week. So we have a pretty good pulse of, kind of like what's going on. And then, of course, we get reports from the hospice itself and then from the workers at the facility. And, so we're in pretty good touch. She's still on life 275, as I like to put it. I wouldn't say she's doing, I want to say she's doing fine, but fine would I think, project just the wrong impression. She is still, 22, 23 hours of the day in bed. They do put her, hospice has provided a very specialized chair that kind of hugs her so she can sit up and stay straight up and not slouch, and it kind of holds her head and stuff. And they try to put her in a chair and wheel her around and then sit her outside so she can kind of see some of the activity going on. But for the most part, she's on liquids. She's really, so she is eating. She's having her Boost or her Ensure in the morning. She's doing her ice cream and her juice in the afternoon, and really not much of anything for dinner. So her appetite, but that's not been anything new. But so mom is still, hanging in there on life number 275. Again, don't want to give you the impression she's doing any worse. I don't want to give you the impression she's doing any better. She is the same, I would say, as perhaps, well, she's just the same. And taking it a day at a time. So let me see, Netflix, I am rewatching and binging on Madam Secretary. Oh my goodness, how I forgot how much I loved that program. I love that program. And I'm watching it from the beginning, and it's just a terrific series, and I'm enjoying it immensely. Then my sister told me about a Netflix series called Greenleaf, which is about what's the word? I need a little fortification here. Last week's video, the video before, I couldn't find a word, and then I drank and I remembered it. I think they're called mega churches. I'm just going to go with mega church. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And it takes place in, I think she said Mississippi, Alabama, Oklahoma, somewhere down south. And it follows the family, the pastor's sons are pastors, and you see this very, kind of like families are families. Families are families. Like, doesn't matter that you're rooted in the religious community, family is family, humans are humans are humans. And so there's this constant, drama between being a holy, is that the right word, holy person? I don't think that's the right way. You know what I'm talking about. And then being part of a family, with family problems. So I'm very interested to watch that one. So that's my Netflix kind of thing going on. What else can I say? Not too much else. Weather has been in the low 30s, high 20s. We had one really cold day in the teens this past week. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches in the Chicago area over the next 2 days. So we'll see if that actually happens, because I am, speaking of faith, I have no faith in weather forecasts. Let me tell you a little bit about my foundations. So I have two things that I love. I have a huge makeup collection, and I love particular things. And one of them, above anything, is red lipstick. That is just my thing, is red. It would behoove me for you to find a video that I'm not wearing a red lipstick. I can think of a few, but I love red, all kinds of blue reds, orange reds, warm reds, yellow reds, red reds, cherry reds, strawberry reds, fire engine reds, you name it. I don't care how much they cost. I love red lipstick. And then on a bigger scale, I love lipstick. My second favorite would be pink. My least favorite would be naturals. Now, I know everybody likes to call them nudes, but the fact of the matter is they're not. They're not. They are not nudes. Don't know who started that trend. Don't know what brand did it. Don't know if it was an influencer. They are not nude. Those colors are not nude. They are peach, they are mauve, they are brown, they are pink, they are not nude. Okay, I did a whole freaking video about this a year or so ago. Center myself. Excuse me while I center myself. Oh, okay. I don't even own any of those. I mean, I just don't even own any of those. Okay, back to the lipstick. The other big product group that I love is foundation. Oh my goodness, I love foundation. And this past year, and I don't know, everybody's blaming everything on COVID, but I don't know, it might have been, my mom lived with me, the stress of that, then her moving on to the hospice situation, the stress of that. It's just been an extremely stressful year. I have always worked at home. I have a corporate position. I work more than 40 hours a week, but I have always been a remote or what do we used to call ourselves before the word remote was around? Telecommuter. So it's not that really. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been going to the office every day. It's probably been more than 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I don't know, time flies. But I haven't been shopping that much, and lately I think I've said that I'm enjoying shopping for makeup again, which is a very, very, very good sign. I know it sounds crazy that like my mental health is dependent upon whether or not I want to shop. Well, I want to shop and I am shopping. So what I did is I'm going through every single foundation and wearing a different foundation every day, which is not that unusual. I used to always choose my foundation based on the weather, based on what look did I want, what colors was I wearing, what kind of bronzer or blush was I wearing. That might affect the shade of foundation that I was going to choose to wear. I don't self-tan, I don't go in the sun, so I wear the same foundation shades in the summer as I do in the winter. But other things, there's maybe slight differentiation in color amongst some of my foundations, just some of them. And that might be why I wear them. But I try to wear a different foundation every day because I have a very large collection and it would be a waste to not wear them. But now what I started doing is very purposely and very intentionally wearing each foundation and then grading it. It's an A, it's a B, and those get to stay. If something is a C or lower, adios. And right now, I have 19 more foundations to go. At the beginning of this, I had 64, which some people might think is ridiculous. I think it's totally normal, because it's what I love. It's what I love. I won't even begin to tell you how many red lipsticks I have. But I started with 64 foundations. I have 19 more to go. So what I'm about to talk about most likely will change in terms of maybe another 1 or 2 will be added to this, but I wanted to talk to you about the A's. Now, I love and very much like my B's, because if I didn't, they'd be a C. But not everybody can be an A. But B is above average, and C is average. When you have as many foundations as I do, there's no reason for me to keep average. And the reason that some foundations are C's are color. That's like my number one thing is color. Some of them were age. Some of them were just like the pores just jumped off of my face. One other thing that I have to deal with that not many, some, I'm not saying I'm so unusual. I'm 62 and I have 62-year-old skin. I have mature skin. Most foundations for mature skin are, luminous, radiant, hydrating. Those last about 3 hours on me, and then pretty soon my whole nose is red. Then all of a sudden my cheeks are showing, forget about my chin. And within 4 or 5, 6 hours, there's simply, all I have is eye makeup on and lipstick. But I have this very, very, very oily skin, and that often can mean matte foundations, it can mean long-wearing foundations, and that's not always the most flattering thing for mature skin. So here I am in the middle going, what do I do? So if I can have a foundation that makes my mature skin look flawless, and I can blot and use a blotting powder, because I am telling you there is not a primer. I'm not going to talk, I had as many primers as I did foundations. I have culled that way down, and the ones that I've kept have more to do with pore coverage or making my foundation last a little. In terms of mattifying, they don't work. Not on me. They don't work, they don't work, they don't work. Setting sprays, all-nighter, all of those, Milani, Charlotte, do not work on keeping my foundation on any longer or any matter. More matte. So that's me, not everybody else. So I have 19 more to go. I have 10 here today that are in my A pile. I have, when I'm all done, I'll go through everything. I'll have like a foundation roundup kind of a thing and try to keep it as brief as possible. But today I thought, you know, I'm almost done. There aren't going to be that many more added to the A group, so let me show you what I have so far, and we'll kind of go through there. I'm not going to talk about each and every one of them, maybe a little bit, but not much. This one showed up on so many best of, you know, this time of year you get best of, you know, 2020, best foundations of 2020, best beauty products of 2020. The Rare Beauty, and in fact, I really like it, and it works well. Again, it works well for my mature skin, and it works well for my oily skin. Given a choice, I will always choose something that works better with my oily skin because I need it to stay on. I need to be able to blot and not blot it away, and I don't reapply foundation. So Rare Beauty is one of my A's. Marc Jacobs Remarkable. I was shocked. I was shocked this was an A. This is so full coverage, and it is so matte. When I first got it, it was a disaster, and so I used it as a mixing foundation with some of those that just were geared more toward mature skin but did my oily skin no favors. And then I slowly learned how to use this on its own. The Beauty Blender, and I only use a Beauty Blender to apply my foundation. I kept it a little more damp than usual, and I used very, very little. I used to like dot it everywhere and then take the Beauty Blender, and it was just it just like sat on top of the skin. It was so matte. It was so unattractive. But now what I do is I just dot one cheek, and then I see how far that will take me. And it will often take me very, very, very far. So that way I don't have dots everywhere and blend out everything, and then it's like an inch thick on me. And then based on how far it's gone, I take another dot or less than a dot and put it someplace on the other side, and then I just blend it all together. I was shocked at how beautiful this was. But again, it takes an investment of time, it takes an investment of a learning curve. But boy, this blew me away. It blew me away. And I've had this in my collection. As a matter of fact, I think it's now on sale at Sephora. I've had this in my collection for so long. And I've been mixing it for so long, and I finally said, okay, every day I'm using one foundation purposely and intentionally. And when I did it, I was like, I'll be darned, this is great. Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. Maybelline has so many foundations, and I love their foundations. I have a feeling, I know that I haven't gone through the Fit Me yet, but I have a feeling it's going to land up in my A pile. But Dream Satin Liquid, beautiful for mature skin, just gorgeous, and it works well with my oily skin, with blotting, with setting it with powder. It works wonderfully, but it is beautiful for mature skin. Staying on the Maybelline kick, the Super Stay, once again, gorgeous on mature skin, flawless coverage, beautiful. And this one works very well with my oily skin. If you have very dry to dry skin, I I would definitely stay away from the Marc Jacobs. The Rare Beauty would be fine. This certainly would be fine. The Maybelline Dream, you know, again, I'm kind of going off on a tangent because I can't speak to this, but I just suspect that this one would not, unless you're like very well moisturized or you, there was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, people were putting drops of oil in their, you know, in the palm of their hand, then they put the foundation, then you kind of, maybe that would work. This, if I had an A+ category, if I had to take all my A's and say what's number one, it's the Laura Mercier. Gorgeous. My skin is flawless. It is flawless. I use the oil-free version, Silk Cream Oil-Free Photo Edition Foundation. It is so, I just don't have the words to say how beautiful and I have a perfect color match, which makes a huge difference to me. It is gorgeous. And I will say that tied for like, if I had another A+, still in all, the Laura Mercier would be the best. It would be the It Cosmetics, and there's a story here about the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. It's not the It Bye Bye Foundation, it's the It. I had a little sample size, and then I had this big one. I was like, well, I'm not gonna grab the sample size. The sample size is the It Cosmetics CC Cream. Forget this, wrong one, the CC Cream. I had been using the wrong color. I am medium, and if you took medium and you put it on a scale, I am on the light side of medium, but I'm not light, I'm just on the light side of medium. And so I had been using, which comes to the sample side, I had been using light medium, I had been using medium, and like the foundation itself I could tell looked good, but it didn't look good on me. Well, that's because it wasn't the right color. Then through some box or maybe a 100-pointer on Sephora or one of the samples, I got a sample of it in light. I put it on and I was like, whoa, this cannot possibly be this gorgeous. And it was that gorgeous. So the It CC Cream, for me, the color is light. Even though all of these, if you looked, they would fall in the medium range. Beautiful. That one was an A+ as well. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. Clearly I need another drink. My goodness gracious. I have tried every Charlotte Tilbury foundation that has ever come out from day one. I don't remember what her first one was. They didn't work. They just sat on my skin. They didn't make me look good. They didn't make me look bad. They just didn't make me look like anything. They just sat on my skin. This kept coming up in everybody's favorites again for 2020. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. I love it, and it went right into my A pile. I love it. I'm shade number 6 in this. Love it. Beautiful on mature skin. Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. It is very good for my oily skin, but I still get oily. I still get very oily with it. I have to blot. I have to blot a lot. But the finish on this is lovely. It is lovely on my mature skin. And once my oil comes through within, you know, half an hour, the finish is gorgeous. So I am very much a fan of this one. So that's in my A pile. Peach Perfect by Too Faced. I was boycotting Too Faced for a while, but they're owned by Estee Lauder now, and so I'm not boycotting them. I know this is on sale on Sephora. I don't know if they're going to repackage. It's a very popular foundation. I am actually almost out of this one. That never happens. I'm thinking about getting another one, but with 64 foundations, it's ridiculous to buy a backup of anything. Let's be honest. All right, CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. Again, on my mature skin, it is lovely. Can I say it keeps me matte? No. Will it work for dry or very dry skin? I have no idea. But I love this foundation. I love this foundation. When I put it on, this was one that was in my rotation, but not very often. I put it on and I went, what have I been waiting for? Shocked me at how lovely my skin looked. And finally, the Lancome Teint Idole is in my B pile. I really, really like it, but not everybody can be an A, and I am being super, super fussy during this little experiment. But the stick is gorgeous. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. And it works on my oily, usually stick foundations don't work at all, but this, because it's the Teint Idole, I think, it works beautifully, and I love it. I just swipe, 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 take my Beauty Blender, pounce, 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 pounce. The finish is beautiful. It's a very long lasting on me, even with my oily skin. I love it. And so those are my A's, and I'm at 20 minutes. My goodness, I need to talk faster. I talk pretty fast as it is, don't you think so? Anyway, thank you for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. Comment. Let your friends know about me. I'm back. I'm back. I think this is the 4th Sunday in a row, or is this the 3rd Sunday in a row? But I'm back. I'm really, really back. Another sign that I'm doing well. Cheers to you. Cheers to your health. Have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.